You're still listening to Kumbang channel, and this is KT News. Indonesian Consul-General to Hong Kong and Macau, Tharyat, has been appointed to be his country's ambassador to Kuwait in the Middle East. Several Indonesian media reported earlier this week, right after Indonesia's President Joko Widodo officiated the appointment of 16 new Indonesian ambassadors on Monday. Tharyat has been heading the Indonesian consulate in Hong Kong since about 3 years ago and is known to be very close with Indonesian citizens in Hong Kong and Macau. Speaking to KT News on Wednesday, Tharyat said he would still come back to Hong Kong and would even visit Macau again before heading to Kuwait. He promised to also attend Kumbang channel radio show to say goodbye to all the Indonesians in Macau. According to some consular officials in Hong Kong, Tharyat is scheduled to leave Hong Kong in about 2 months' time. There is no information as to who will replace the career diplomat in Hong Kong. The latest victim to die from Hong Kong's infamous school bus crash in North Point last month was Willy, the older son of the late Macau casino tycoon come Macau Grand Prix legend Ted Yip. Willy, who himself was a shareholder in his father's gaming company back then, finally succumbed to his injuries from the accident that took place and killed 4 people on the 10th of December 2018, while injuring several others, including Yip, who was also known by his Chinese name Yip Hing, as well as the school bus driver, who was also in critical condition when taken to the hospital. There has not been any report regarding the male driver's current condition, while Yip, who remained unconscious and under intensive care at Pamela Youth Nethersol Eastern Hospital in Taiwan since the day of the accident, finally died at the age of 89 at 6:50 a.m. on 8 January, surrounded by all his children. Like his father, Yip was born in the Dutch East Indies, present-day Indonesia, on the 21st of July 1929. Throughout the nearly 1 month, Yip's children, grandchildren and great-grandchildren from Macau, Japan, Indonesia, Australia and Europe had come to be with him during his final days. According to his family, Yip, who lived in North Point, Hong Kong, was doing what he loved the most in his old age, strolling along the streets of North Point when the fatal accident happened. He always loved to just go around the area where he was staying, both when he was in Hong Kong and every time he came back to Macau. And he loved to buy all the little things for his children, grandchildren, and even his great-grandchildren. He always made sure everyone got one each for every single thing that he bought for us. He was a loving father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. A family member who wished to remain unnamed told KTN on Saturday. Yip's life is not only missed and celebrated by his family. Again, like his father, Yip was known by many people in Macau, and he was perhaps even personally closer to the local communities compared to his father, who was most of the time based in Hong Kong. Yip, who held both Macau and Hong Kong ID cards and was based in Macau until after his wife Elizabeth Louise Pinassang passed away in 1989, was not only a prominent local Indonesian community and business leader, as well as a Casino Lisboa executive, being his father's right-hand man. He also had many personal friends in Macau, from the local Chinese and Chinese Indonesians to Portuguese and Macanese families, as well as other foreigners in town. Some are still close with the Yip family until today. A family friend who also wished to remain anonymous shared his memory of Yip with KTN earlier this week, saying he was known to help anyone he could help, from his employees to friends. He was a man with a good heart, adding that Yip was even among some people in Macau who helped some members of local Portuguese communities buy food and groceries during Macau's brief anti-Portuguese sentiment back in the late 1960s, when many local stores refused to sell food to members of the city's then Portuguese community. Local Macanese Nene Drummond, who has been friends with Yip's children for decades, also has a fond memory about Yip. Drummond told KTN on Saturday night that Yip was a good and lovely old man, always in good mood. He adored music, especially jazz music. He was a very determined person and a non-stop learner. He knew almost everything, and he always kept himself updated with everything, from technology to medical matters and other things. Yip's father Teddy, also known as Yip Takley, together with his brother-in-law Stanley Ho Hang San, along with Yip Hon and Henry Fok Ying Tung, were the founders and original 4 main shareholders of local company Sociedade de Turismo e Divercoes de Macau (STDM), the parent company of Sociedade de Jogos de Macau, or SJM, which today operates Casino Lisboa and Grand Lisboa. Members of the Yip family are nowadays involved in other business ventures in different parts of the world. Among them is Willy Yip's youngest brother, Teddy Yip Jr., who is now involved in motorsports, following the senior Yip's footsteps by reviving his father's Theodore racing team, which was once a very important part of the Macau Grand Prix, and regarded by many in the industry as the team that launched the late Ayrton Senna's career. Meanwhile, the Yip family has not yet disclosed any more details in relation to Yip's demise, including where or when his funeral will take place. On the 10th of December, an unmanned school bus rolled 100 meters down Cheong Hong Street, North Point, at around 2 p.m., hitting a crowd of pedestrians, South China Morning Post reported last month. According to a recent report by Coconuts.co, Hong Kong officials, including the city's chief executive Carrie Lam, have expressed condolences to the victims' families in the wake of the incident. One of Hong Kong's longest-running restaurants, Indonesia restaurant in Kowloon's Tsim Tsui, is to shut down next month after serving food lovers for 49 years. The restaurant first opened its doors at 66 Granville Road in 1970 and has been serving delicious Indonesian fare ever since, Hong Kong Economic Times reported. Longtime fans and food lovers will miss their famous satay skewers, known for their authentic Indonesian flavor. Over the 49 years, the restaurant has been careful not to change anything, ensuring that food lovers could enjoy the same experience whenever they visited. The formula has been a success. The same decor, same menu, and same flavors for almost half a century have won over customers throughout the decades. Indonesia manager Chang, who has been working for the restaurant for 35 years, said it will close down on 4th of February, Chinese New Year's Eve, as the landlord is planning to sell the site. Chang said he started working for the restaurant when he was 23, and even after all these years, he still loves working there. His daughter even joined the staff after graduation. All the staff work like a family, and the employers have been very kind to all of us, Chang said. The two elderly restaurant owners, who are said to be low-key Indonesian Chinese, have never given media interviews. Many of the staff have been working for them for more than 10 years. Chang said the bosses were planning to reward all staff, including part-time workers, with overseas vacations. Chang said he was not only going to miss the great bosses and colleagues, but also the friendships with customers who have supported the restaurant for such a long time. He said that when news broke of its impending closure, many old customers rushed to the restaurant to say goodbye to their old friends. Chang said that after he has overseen closing down the restaurant, he will take a rest, adding that he hoped Indonesia might open again elsewhere if a suitable site could be found. A regency or government district on the island of Java in Indonesia has plans for a bylaw that will outlaw parents from giving their children names that are considered Western. Sumanto, a speaker of the Karanganyar Legislative Council, said the bylaw is being drafted and will take some time to be passed, the Jakarta Post reported. He added that bylaw's principal purpose is to protect local cultures that are gradually disappearing in Karanganyar, central Java. Karanganyar has a population of just over 810,000 people. The speaker also said that councillors think that local names must be protected due to the value they hold in the country's noble history. However, some citizens oppose the move. Ahmad Riza Patria, the deputy chair of the House Commission on Regional Affairs and Regional Autonomy, said the bylaw violates the rights of parents, Vice reported. The proposed bylaw is still in development and appears unlikely to pass into law. A similar move was made by the Egyptian government in 2017 to preserve local heritage. The law imposed a fine for violators of between $55 and $270 or 6 months in jail. And some flash news around Hong Kong and Macau. AirAsia has launched direct flights from Macau to Boracay. Good news for those travel junkies. Macau's long-awaited LRT will finally operate this year, with its Taipa section scheduled to open in the second half of this year, according to local government. A ceiling in New Yahan department store collapsed last Sunday, injuring 2 shoppers, according to local police. The Macau government has expressed their expectation that the year of 2019 will see more non-local films to be made in Macau. A power bank exploded on a Royal Brunei Airlines flight going from Hong Kong to Brunei's capital Bandar Seri Begawan last Thursday. Always watch out and be careful with your power bank these days. And for music lovers, Ed Sheeran will have a concert in Hong Kong on the 17th of April, while for those in Macau who love canto pop, Aaron Kwok will hold a 2-night concert at the Venetian's Cotai Arena on the 18th and 19th of this month. So, go grab your tickets quickly. Now for the local weather. It is forecast to be cloudy to a bit rainy tomorrow, with temperature predicted to be between 16 and 21 degrees Celsius. Rain is also expected the next day until the weekend, when the local weather is forecast to be back to bright and shiny. The temperature from Tuesday to Sunday will be around 13 to 18 degrees the lowest and 19 to 24 degrees the highest, with humidity around 60 to 95% throughout the week. For more information about the local weather, visit www.smg.gov.mo. That's all for our Catty News tonight. Let's get back to our music. This is Andy Grammer with a song called Fresh Eyes. Continue to listen to Kumbang channel. Kumbang, Kubel Bareng Yo.